taking our Rally for Red campaign into the kitchen now with some heart-healthy dishes. If you haven't heard of our next guest, you will want to remember him because he could very well become a household name. Welcome, Chef Matthew Grunwald, to our show. We are so excited you are here.
Hey, everybody.
You have such an energy about you, especially in the kitchen. Tell us a little about yourself. I know you've been cooking since you were 9?
9 years old. First thing I ever made was these sauteed pickles with like a little bit of smeared mayonnaise, and they were terrible. But it's all about going through the motions and really loving food.
And feeling
so that was the start of it.
Okay, I have to ask, how old are you now?
20 years old.
Okay, because I was about to say probably just a few years ago when you were 9. And you could very well be the next Food Network star.
Yes, I'm hoping. I sent in a demo reel, and now I'm just waiting to hear from them. So.
All right, well, we're going to keep our fingers and our toes
crossed.
crossed. I want to bring in my mom because she loves the Food Network.
Awesome.
That's your favorite channel, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Totally,
My favorite
totally.
channel.
So,
The whole world.
yeah,
Good to meet you.
And tell us what we're making in this first segment, because you have an amazing menu today.
So, these are the bomb. They're so good. They are restaurant quality braised beef tacos, but they're accessible to the home cook because they're done in a crock pot.
Oh,
so,
okay.
where we're gonna start first is I have a stainless steel skillet coming to high heat. I added in about 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and I let it smoke. You wanna see that smoke because that's what's going to create this beautiful, beautiful golden brown
gorgeous.
Smells
sear.
wonderful. Oh, wow.
That is
that?
love. That is like, that deserves like a
That deserves
moment.
an applause.
That's like
I
a moment
agree.
of silence right there. This is what's the base of all of our flavor. This is what sets this dish apart. So, I'm gonna set this aside, let it rest. I'll come back to it. But now, because we have all these beautiful brown bits kind of chilling at the bottom,
Yes.
I have 1 yellow onion, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the peel off. And you can use a red onion totally. I just feel that the caramelization on the yellow onion is much nicer.
When did you know this was going to be your career? Because this clearly is your passion. We can see
You know,
that.
it's always been a part of me. It's funny, I actually at one time wanted to be a home builder. My grandpa built custom homes, so I grew up like doing drywall and grouting and all that, but my true passion was to cook.
Cooking. Well,
So, I mean, it's really been
Well, you
all my
create
life.
masterpieces in a different way in the kitchen, and I'm messing things up for
No,
you.
you're fine.
Wow. And
Gotta get a little messy, it's part of it.
And Mom, you love cooking in the crock pot.
I certainly
We
do.
grew up
I
on a
love
lot of
it.
crock pot meals.
I have learned so much from watching this show.
Yeah.
Right.
And just all the different little tricks.
Yeah, so
So-
we have about
Kitchen?
2 minutes. So
Easy money. We're gonna put this into the
Perfect.
pan. Now, let the onions do their thing. There's so much natural sugar in the onions that you want that to be extracted. Now, what's really gonna set this apart, and I think everybody really does love it, is we have some garlic. And all I'm gonna do is
no
very
special tool
rustically,
needed.
No,
this is
really.
the best tool in the kitchen. You gotta get in there with your hands. We're gonna just place those in. And if you're not a huge fan of actually biting into garlic, this is great because it's gonna extract all those natural oils, and you're gonna have that beauup garlic flavor.
Love it.
Now,
There we
best
go.
part, huh?
Is that? Can you smell that wine?
we're gonna add in a cup of wine.
A cup of wine. How
wine.
about a
Oh,
bottle
my
of
goodness.
So,
wine?
what the key to having this dish be delicious is we're gonna let this slowly reduce. You don't want it to boil because that's actually going to demolish all of these beautiful flavors of the herbs. We're gonna add in a couple of bay leaves, a couple of sprigs of rosemary, a couple of sprigs of thyme. Let that simmer, reduce, and then through the magic of TV, we would normally let this reduce, but we're also going to add in a whole thing of beef broth.
Doesn't that smell
smells
so
wonderful.
good?
And we do
really
have a
does.
swap out over here that's gonna be absolutely delicious. I let it cook for about 8 hours. It's
Okay.
ridiculous. I did help myself to a couple that
Of
were supposed
course,
to be
of
like
course.
14 tacos. And later on, you're going to be enjoying these. We're just gonna grill them in a dry pan.
So what type of tortilla? Does it matter?
Corn tortilla, but I want you to feel these. Feel how soft that
they
is.
are
Normally,
soft.
corn tortillas are kind of dry
Yeah,
and
heavy.
not too
So
flavorful.
put them in the skillet.
This
Just
is
put
going
them
to
right
be
in the
perfect.
skillet.
Really dry skillet. This is going to give a nice char to the tortillas, which is going to give a little bit of a bitter flavor highlight note. And when incorporated properly, it's really the exclamation point on the dish.
Okay, well, oh my gosh. Do you see why he's going to be on the
Wonderful.
Food Network?
Yes, smells
okay, we're going to
delicious.
keep our fingers crossed. And what are you making in the next segment?
We are going to be doing a Mediterranean lentil salad that is entree salad. Totally ridiculous.
Blowing our mind. You will know this man for sure. Chef
Smells good.
Matthew. He is rocking it in our kitchen.